Hi, everyone. Welcome to Life on Earth podcast. I am your host, Natalie Gra. This is really cool and interesting and kind of different the way I'm recording this today because I'm also videotaping this episode on IGTV, Instagram. My Instagram is at Natalie Gra if you want to check it out, the visual. Also, if you are looking at the video, I am wearing a very sparkly gold jacket. The reason being is because right now at this moment I am at a friend's house and I am at her New Year's Eve party. Actually, it's not New Year's Eve. Today is Sunday, December 29th, but it's a New Year's party, which I actually thought that was brilliant to have a New Year's party not on the 31st because as you all know, it's so much easier with the Ubers and trying to get to a point A, B, and that's kind of the thing that sometimes kind of overwhelms me and makes me not want to get out of my house when there's like big crowds just because that's me. Although very fun to hang out with friends and go out, I don't really like the hassle of crowds and trying to like deal with transportation. And I don't really like even being in Ubers or cabs around when there's a lot of people drinking and driving, and it's just like a thing of mine. I've actually always been like that since I was like 12, so I can't really explain why. Anyways, but the point is that I wanted to tell you guys where I am because I don't know if this mic is going to pick some sounds and some noises of the party going on out there right now. And I'm here recording this because I really wanted to get this out. So the other thing that's very unique to this episode is I definitely wanted to get an episode out for you guys before the end of the year because as the teacher that I am, I have a workshop that I have created and I have taught before as well. And I will be teaching it in the beginning of 2020. It's called Create and Let Go. Why Create and Let Go? If you look at some of the stuff that I have done in the past, there was a retreat in Durango. It was called Creating Space. So I'm a big believer that when we want to bring something new into our lives, it's great, right? And intentions are great. And whether, I know some people think, oh, New Year's Eve and New Year's, why you do all these resolutions, you're going to keep up. But you know what? It's actually a good thing because it's like you get this opportunity to see things come to completion in full circle and then to set intentions. Intentions are really, really awesome and important. I do have a whole little part of my book, Living Life in Light, that I talk about intention, the power of intention. Intention has always been a really big thing in my life. So if you don't have the book, go to livinglifeinlight.com and get the book. Also available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. I did the launch for my book in December, so I'm still on sort of like promotion situation here. But just to come full circle to what I was saying is, this is an opportunity for us to release, to take an inventory, but also with the creating space theme, for me is it's hard to bring new things, and maybe it's something that I've learned through teaching and as a practitioner and a student, many years on this journey of like self-discovery, that when we want something new in our lives, right? Even though you'll pray for something or you ask for something or you set an intention, sometimes it's hard for it to manifest because you haven't created the space for it. There's only so much space in our energy field, and we've all heard like the universe has your back and the universe can manifest things for you and you can co-create with the universe, and that is all true. However, if your glass is full and there's no more place for, sorry, if there's no more place for you to, fill that cup more because it's like completely full, then what do? Like, then you're giving mixed messages to the universe. Because if you're saying, look, I want this, and that, and I want to, all this new thing in my spiritual being, my energy field, and I'm changing and I'm doing. But have you let go? Have you forgiven the people that you need to forgive? What about projects, right? There is such a thing as like mental clutter. So it's really important to be like, okay, this project, did I finish it? Do I still want to finish it? Keep it on your list, mental list as well as physical, right? That's something there. Or are you like completely done with it? Like maybe you didn't finish it because you weren't engaged. Maybe you didn't finish because you ended up realizing that that's not something that you really want to do. So scratch it out, throw it away, let it go. So that's what I'm here for, to kind of bring this little checkup and this inventory, and help you and myself as a anytime as a teacher. I can speak for myself and my own experience, but usually if I'm teaching something is because I am very interested at it in my own life, right? I'm interested in bettering that aspect of my life, or I've looked it up because it's also something that it's interesting to me. Every end of the year I see it as a cycle completion, and I do like to meditate a lot. I like to have moments of silence, whether you're walking in nature or sitting by yourself or sitting with your dog or whatever it is, just being quiet and going inside and reflecting on my year, seeing what are the things that were the highlights, what are the things that really worked for me, what are the things that were the lowlights, right? What are the things that maybe not too good, I can do without. So I understand that I am a spiritual being having a human experience, and that I'm consistently and always evolving, as many of you are as well. And so with that comes transformation, growth. So I'm always growing, and I think so are all of us. So I want to take the things that were not so good and use them as lessons. So for me, it's like, even if I had a situation that wasn't that great, it's okay, because I'll look at it and I'll say, wow, what did I learn from this? So it's really important for me to find that angle. And then once I find that angle, that was actually like a teacher, it's like, okay, so this was not in vain. This was actually, something that needed to happen. And now I am more mature because of it. And now that was my teacher, whether it's a person or a situation, an experience. So this morning, what I did for everyone in my mailing list, you will see me reading, you will see me, some of you are hearing the podcast, some of you are watching the IGTV. You will see me reading out of my phone, because I am going on my website, nataliecra/bonus. It's also under /blog. And I am reading the online workshop Create and Let Go, which I created for you. For you, Life on Earth community. For you, Shanti Yoga Training School community. Teachers in training, students, teachers that are coming for continuing education, people who are just students, who are not teachers, but who I also work with. Energy healing community that I work with. Co-workers, collaborators, basically all of you, my community. I don't have any, extra motive for doing this, except that it was something, again, that I wanted to take an inventory for my life and me. I do it every year, and I thought, why not share it with you? So I send this email out if you're on my email list, and if you're not, go to nataliecra.com and you will see Friday highlights at the footer of the website, and you can just enter your name and your email for Friday highlights. And I'm not going to say every Friday, but I try to at least twice a month, or hopefully 4 times a month if I can do it, send out something. And that could be events, and that could be trainings, and that could be workshops, and that could be public classes, and that could be retreats, and that could also be things that I find interesting, from books to music to websites to podcasts that I'm listening to. In fact, there's a really great interview right now that I have under bonus with Billy Bob Thornton. I think I spoke about it before, but for some reason it really spoke out to me. He was on Oprah's masterclass, so I have that link there. Sometimes I record some audio meditations and clearings with Reiki energy healing, and you can, I share some of those also under episodes as well. Many of those meditations are for sale under my store. that you can download the audio. And if you're part of my membership community, Light Code, which that is also available on nataliecrat.com, you will, you register for that, and then you get all this extra stuff, including like Zoom sessions. We have group mastermind groups and all that. We meet, there's some months we meet 4 times a month. I know that was a lot in 2019. This year still. Next year I think I'm gonna do like twice a month. I'm just gonna test that. I'm always testing things. It's important for me to show up the way I want to show up for you. I need to make sure that whatever it is, it also serves me, and that it's not something that I'm going to get burned out or stressed out, because I need time to write. I need time to not only write for, books and articles and blogs that I do, but also write for my trainings. That requires a lot of me, and I'm always trying to come up with stuff, come up with really solid Zoom lectures, come up with really solid workshops and like trainings. Those of you who have worked with me, you know that I am thorough, and I'm pretty transparent about what I do. And I spend a lot of time researching. I spend a lot of time reading, and trying to really bring to you what's the best of the best that's out there. That's just how I am. So in order for me to do that, it requires that I also go inside and have a few days a week that it's really solely devoted for, this type of work, research, writing, all that, so that readings, so that I can bring that to you guys, my community. So I felt that when I was doing the Zoom lectures once a week, it was too much, because you add the trainings and you add everything else, the retreats and the workshops and blah blah blah, and launching a book and the podcast. It kind of was, it's fine. I'm not going to say I burned out, because I really didn't. I love what I'm doing, and I'm so blessed. But it felt like, you have to understand, like for one Zoom lecture, which sometimes I'd have 20-30 people registered for it takes a lot of planning and research, and then post-production and pre-production. So it's really many hours that goes around it. And another thing is I'm very available to my students. So, within context, but I try to, so I try to reply to like every email within 24 hours. I try to reply to the text messages. My students have my phone, they can text me anytime. I can call them back if we need to. So for me to be able to do that, I feel in 2020, from January to May, I'm going to have to do a couple of Zoom sessions per month, besides, other stuff. And hopefully more podcast episodes. I would really like that if I can get to it. So, all right, you guys. So Create and Let Go. I'll tell you a little bit about this. This is a workshop that I teach in person. I have not taught particularly this one yet, but I have taught a version of it. This one, I created it this past week, inspired on where we are right now on planet Earth, inspired where we are right now in the context of, collective energies and fields and collective consciousness. And it's very to what I thought it was appropriate for this time being. But this is something that I am going to teach in person. Those of you, I also have an intention setting workshop that are for people who are in my Shanti Yoga training school. I believe that's the second weekend in January 2020. And I'm going to do a one-day workshop on this. I wanted to offer an online version, something that you could go online, journal, and you could just kind of go inside and use this as a guide, as a map to get you where you want, so that you can close 2019 with golden keys. I also said, should I say diamond keys? Whatever it is that you think it's best. It could also be silver keys. So anyways, or crystals. How about crystals? Ooh, that could be fun, right? Crystals, like keys with different crystals. Anyway, so you do that, you get the point, and we can really kind of quote this, get this 2019 and just do an inventory, let go of what doesn't serve us any longer, and welcome everything that we want to welcome, so that we can become the higher version of ourselves. And that way we can show up for yourself like that in life, and also for others. So that's what I want to do. First we get that release, and then once we get that release, what is it that we want to bring into our lives? That's kind of the fun part, right? You get that nitty gritty that you're like, what am I gonna let go? What do I have to work on? Oh my God, this is like, I don't want to go there. But you need to go there. You know, it's like, sometimes it's like you don't always get what you want, but you get what you need, and you have to go through it. There's a reason why. And then you let it go. You take inventory, you let it go, you write it, or you sit, contemplate, meditate, exhale, let it go, get it out of your system, and then empty the vessel. And then what is it that you're going to bring in? What is it that you're now creating space for new energy so that you can show up in 2020 that magnificent, fabulous self? So let me pull up, and literally you can go online and do this. So nataliecrowd.com/bonus. Hello everyone. So I have a bonus for you today. I want to welcome all my many new subscribers of my mailing list. I'm so excited about 2020, and I have so much to share with you, my community. We had a lot of new subscribers this past month, so thank you all. And I'm excited to see all these new names from everywhere. So much gratitude to all of you who have supported me through 2019 and the previous years. Obviously, because of you, I am able to do what I do. So big thank you. Yeah, you guys, I mean, I think about that all the time. I work for myself. That's been that for over 10 years now. And it's because of you guys, each and every one of you who contribute some shape, way, or form to this that I do. I am able to thrive, and I'm able to show up in the world exactly as I want to. So thank you for allowing me to engage in my soul evolution the way that I want to, and that it feels authentic to me. I appreciate you. I'd never forget that. I think about you guys all the time, and this is the reason why I want to talk to everyone, and I want to be available. I want to text message and call and whatever it is. I feel honored to work with you. So in 2019, I hope you have enjoyed my book, Living Life in Light. The launch party was in December, so very fresh. Life on Earth podcast, it has been growing steadily, and it's been really sweet. Shanti Yoga Training School, so many offerings there. That's been amazing. Online courses, Zoom sessions through our membership site, Lightcode. Check it out. And our many other offerings like retreats, workshops, talks, all kinds of stuff, book signing. As the year comes to a completion, it's important to take a moment to reflect and pause. Take an inventory and evaluation of 2019 before stepping into 2020 fully and present. In order to set intentions, it's important to release. Let go of that which no longer serves you. Create space for new energy so you can be the best version of yourself. We're always learning and growing. So let's together close 2019 with golden, crystal, diamond, key. Here's a workshop that I gift as a gift to you. 2019 evaluation. Create and let go. 2019 year review. So I'm going to call these questions out. And okay, I think I have one more thing to say before we go into these questions, because you can journal, but you can also not journal. So hear me out on this. Whether you journal or simply sit quietly and take a moment to reflect on each of these questions, it's totally up to you. There is no wrong or right way to go through this online workshop or virtual workshop. Connect with your heart space and do what feels right to you in this moment. Take an inspired action. Don't even think too much. Just see what comes up for you. However you decide to navigate these questions, it will be perfect and exactly what you need. But do something. So take action. So sit with these questions. Maybe you use this audio as a guidance for you to sit in meditation. So if you're doing that, sit up tall right now. Take a deep breath. Inhale, exhale through your mouth. Do that at least 2 or 3 times. Centered, align if you can. Align your spine like you do for meditation. If you're laying down, pretend you're laying down for Shavasana or something like Yoga Nidra. Very relaxed. Shoulders down the back, palms facing up. Again, exhale through your mouth a few times, and here we go. 2019 year review. What are your highlights of 2019? Number 1. Number 2, what challenges have you overcome in 2019? 3, what positive life changes have you made in 2019? 4, what was your top highlight of 2019, and why was this so important to you? 5, what are the lessons that you learned and the top lessons that you learned in 2019? Can you think of them? Can you write them down or do a mental inventory? 6, what mistakes have you made this year and what have you learned from them? Like I said before, we can always learn from our mistakes. 7, are there any projects you haven't yet completed and would you like to complete them? If so, create a 5-steps game plan. So projects you haven't completed, you want to complete, create a game plan, 5 steps, bullet points, get serious. You guys put it down, otherwise it's mental clutter. Is there anything you have been putting off? Question mark. If so, quote unquote, let it go completely, take it off your list. And I also mean, again, physical list and mental list, because that takes headspace and we want to create headspace. Or, the other option is, quote unquote, get it done. No excuses. And if you want to complete that project that's been lingering, get it done ASAP. Are there any leftover resentments? That's question number 9. Any leftover resentments, any emotional baggage or emotional garbage that you are ready to release? Let it go. No need to be dragging around resentment. 10, is there anyone you need to forgive? The inability to forgive is like taking the poison, hoping someone else will die. Have you heard that quote before? I wish it was mine, but it ain't. The inability to forgive is like taking poison, hoping someone else will die. I've heard it from a few different people, so I'm not entirely sure who said that, but it's definitely something that changed me when I first heard it. So I think it's really cool. And think about that. Really, you don't want to do that, let it go. If you need to work on forgiveness, practice a forgiveness meditation ASAP. There are many available online. Do an inventory. This is the end of the year. Forgive, let go, release. Go on YouTube if you don't know where to go. Find a forgiveness meditation that works for you. Sit and do it. Go through it, even if it's just emotionally and mentally. Exhale, feel that in your heart, and see if you can do it. It would be really great if you can forgive, because you forgive for yourself. Do you need to forgive yourself? Sometimes the person that we need to forgive is us. If so, forgive yourself for not knowing better. And when you know better, do better. No excuses. 11, what old stories are you telling yourself which no longer serve you? We all have so many stories, right? Are they even real? I feel like some of the stories, maybe we made it up, over time, or it's like perspectives. Are they also like baggage? I mean, are they kind of heavy on us? Are they even real? Like, can we just let go? Let go of any excuses, limited beliefs, and victim mentality. That's a big one, right? Own your truth. What do you want to experience and achieve this new year? So now we completely worked on letting go and releasing. Now we create space, and now we're going to work on what we want, planting seeds. Journal on each of these categories, or just go through it in your mind. On a personal level, what are your goals? Relationships. goals with yourself, romantic, family, extended family, friends, co-workers, business, mentorship. Do you have a mentor? Consider a mentor with someone who is a little bit further along the path, someone you admire and who can assist you along the way. A mentor can be someone you work with online. Many people have podcasts and online programs that you can join. I currently work with my mentor in a mastermind group, which we meet once a month online via Zoom. I love it. In fact, I am a member of 2 mastermind groups with monthly meetings. So I have 2 monthly meetings with mentorship, and I just would, no, I couldn't do without it. I absolutely love it. It makes me a better version of myself. It holds me accountable, not only with the group, but with the teachers. I really am very thankful and grateful that we can do that online. It's a great way to keep myself motivated, learning, and growing. I myself offer a mentorship program via Light Code. Check it out, members portal. And really, that's what the Zoom lectures are all about for those of you in Shanti Yoga Training School, and together with the Light Code portal. I mean, that's a mentorship program. Not only we hold ourselves accountable, but we also have a beautiful group of beings that are fantastic, and we all get to share, and it's awesome. Mentors find a way to stimulate our personal and professional growth. So click here. You guys can't do that if you're doing the audio or the video, but you can go online and you can see this. Click here. You can click on it on my website. See the 10 reasons why a mentor is a must. And the other relationships to evaluate is networking. How do you want your networking to look like in 2020? If 2020 sounds like kind of overwhelming for you, how about you do like a 6 months inventory, just January to June, and then reevaluate, however you want to do it. What about philanthropy and giving back, right? In yoga, we call that karma yoga, so important. Is there a person, animal, child, or organization you want to contribute to their success? Can you set up a reoccurring monthly payment with PayPal for them? This is just an idea, obviously. Remember, no amount is too small. Everything matters. You can make a huge difference with small steps. Example, when I was in college, I started donating money to PETA. That's when I was I think I started donating to PETA when I was 20. I used to send $8 per month, which means in 1 year I donated $96. And in 4, $384. And in 10 years, that would have been $960. I continue to donate to PETA each month, as well as other organizations I believe in, as well as teachers I believe in also to local sanctuaries in my community, animal sanctuaries that I donate, because that's what speaks to my heart. We all need to play a part in the betterment of humanity. So how will you assist the planet? What is your contribution? So, the charities are awesome, and the teachers, to me, it's I'm not going to mention names right now, but there is a teacher there's a few teachers, right? And so one of them that I'm part of her membership program, because I want to support her. She's a great energy healer. She's a great person. She is amazing. She's doing cutting edge work on planet Earth. And it is important to me to be a patron of her work. It's important to me. Actually, there's two right now that I am doing this contribution. There's nothing really that I want out of it. The reason why I donate money, and it's not a lot, you guys, and we're talking about $40 or $30 a month, I don't even know, but it's because I really want them to continue to do their work. So it's my way of saying thank you, and it's my way of honoring what they're doing for myself, for others, for the planet, and to also hopefully motivate them to continue doing it. We all need that. So how will you assist the planet? ? What is your contribution? So think about it and see if there's anything that I spoke right now that resonates with you, that inspires you to give. And what are the causes or people or things that you want to contribute to? What are your career goals for 2020? Do you have any career goals? Anything that you want to change, achieve more, do less of, change? Places you want to travel and visit in 2020? There are places that you're like super excited. Put it on your list. See if you can manifest it. Go, make plans. Health and wellness goals. Love those. Create a weekly exercise program. List what activities for each day. My favorite exercises are yoga, power walking. Read on power walking on page 65 of Life on Earth. Page 65 of Living Life in Light by moi, Natalie Cra. Also, episode 27, that's Life on Earth podcast, is all about power walking. So check it out. Pilates is horseback riding, bar. I love the bar classes as well. Strength training at my gym. That's something I added in 2019, and it's been working really well for me. It's really great. It really helped me heal my lower back pain that I was having from falling off my horse twice. Skiing, something I fully enjoy, and I hope to continue doing it. Surfing, I grew up surfing in Rio. I don't get a chance to surf all the time as much as I like anymore, but if I do have a chance, I love doing it. I just absolutely love it. Kayaking, I'm so fortunate. I have kayaks and I can kayak out of my backyard because I live on the river, and it is amazing. I don't live on the river, I live by the river. What are yours? So what are the things that you like to do? Don't forget to take rest at least once per week. Recovery is everything. Yes, recovery is everything. Mindful practices. Add in your weekly rituals, mindful practices such as meditation. I love the award-winning app Headspace. If you guys haven't tried it, try Headspace. I love it. I recommend that to all my trainees. Journaling. I love journaling. I feel like you learn so much while you're journaling. You can even do it just for 5 minutes. Yoga Nidra, check out episode 15, Life on Earth podcast. I believe I explain Yoga Nidra and guide you through a Nidra practice. I also have some Nidra audios I sell on my website under store. Nature. Nature is a master healer. Can you go into nature? Can you go into nature more? Like, put that on your list. Make it a point. Parks, hiking, whatever works for you. Brain breaks. I've recently been learning about brain breaks. I actually kind of feel like I want to do a whole podcast on it because it's so fascinating. So this is amazing for children. Do some research, Google about it. I'm not going to go too much into it because, like I said, we could talk about this for hours. But check out the work of the actress Goldie Hawn. She has the Goldie Hawn Foundation, a program for empowering children through mindful practices based in neuroscience. I somehow stumbled across her work and been learning so much from some of the stuff her foundation puts out. It's mindup.org. Visualizations. Visualizations are so powerful, you guys. I work with visualizations a ton, not only with my community, my clients, my students, but also, for myself. So I really highly recommend. I absolutely love the work of Dr. Jerry Epstein. Yeah, that's how you pronounce it. And check out his YouTube video on how to practice visualization and mental imagery. He has this really cool thing that you can do for 21 days and you can manifest a lot. So check that out. I have a link for that on my website under this workshop. Pranayama practices, breath work. It can be as simple as take 3 deep breaths, inhale, exhale through your mouth anytime you're feeling stressed out, or take 1 deep breath, and from there to much more complex as pranayama practices. But breath work is everything. It's amazing. It's the bridge between the body, the mind, and the soul, the spirit, and everything else. So it's just amazing. Inspirational readings. There's so much out there, right? We're so lucky. Add that. PMA, act a positive mental attitude. Make sure to read the book PMA, the PMA Effect by John Joseph. You guys, John Joseph is a triathlete. He's the lead singer of the Cro-Mags. He will soon be a guest on Life on Earth podcast. What? Woohoo! I am so excited. I interviewed John Joseph for Life on Earth. He is just the kindest, the most amazing. I just absolutely adore him. We've been using some of his material for Shanti Yoga Training School for quite some time, and I was thrilled to have him on the podcast. So that should be coming out the beginning of January. Stay tuned. I love the audiobook of The PMA Effect, Positive Mental Attitude. John Joseph narrates the book, and it's really awesome because you get a lot of emotions and stuff. I have to do a narration for Living Life in Light. Of course, I gotta do that. That's on my list. And then my favorite category on this list, fun. What do you do for fun? Question mark. What brings you joy? Question mark. Do more of that. So whatever brings you joy, do more of that, of course. No shame, no guilt, simply do what brings you joy. Write down, come up with at least 8 fun and joyful activities. Examples, mine are, ideally, okay, sleep, minimum 8 hours. I love sleeping, and sleeping is so important. I do a lot of dream work. I do a lot of stuff with sleep. If you guys have my book, I have a whole thing on sleep. I'm a big fan. Read the Sleep Revolution with Ariana Huffington's book. It's awesome. You'll learn a lot. So yeah, ideally 8 hours for me, more or less, it could be. Meditation, 20 minutes per day. That's my ideal. Infrared sauna once or twice a week. Cryotherapy or cold plunges at least once a week. That is, that's my goal. That's something I would really love. I recently got into cryotherapy, and I love how it makes me feel my body. Although when I'm doing it, it's the cold thing. It's just so cold, and I don't do very well with cold, so I'm like freezing, and it's just like, I'm like, oh my God, this is torture. But then it really helps with inflammation and my lower back and all that. So check that out. Self-care. Be committed to self-care and self-care programs. Make a list of your favorite self-care rituals for 2020 and make that happen. Here are some examples. Facials, massages, hair care, spa treatments you love, adventure trips. Do you love that? I love that. Hiking. Take yourself out on self-date. That's fun. I love to go out by myself sometimes. Even I'll sit at a restaurant by myself. I'll sit at wherever. Museums. I like it. I enjoy it. Socials. Why not, right? Book clubs. These are ideas, right? Book clubs I love. Dinner parties. Any parties. Wine tastings. Speaking of parties, I gotta get back to my party. Looking for spring water club. Consider joining findaspring.com. If you love spring water like I do, and some of my friends, we're obsessed. Big shout out to Denise Milford. She's been on the podcast before. She's an amazing actress in Los Angeles. We love to like chase springs, and so so just go spring water. So findaspring.com, and it will tell you where they are. Cooking classes could be really fun. Girls lunch outings, or boys, right? I love lunches. I don't know. Lunches are really cool because when you can take the time and it's in the middle of the day and it's like you get to hang out with your friends, and then you also get to get back home and get back to your routine. Some people have children. I don't have children, but I have animals, and I like to kind of feed them and make sure everybody's doing okay at night, and then get into my comfortable pajamas and do whatever I do at night. So it's really fun that I had that girls kind of like date lunch out with my girlfriend during the day. It's really fun. So yeah, those are fun things. Continue this work of awareness, gratitude, and intention throughout the year. So we're almost done with our list here, our journaling, mental inventory, meditation, whatever you want to call this, 2019 / going into 2020. So just take a deep breath, inhale, and exhale, open your mouth, let it go. Well, we are saying, what I'm saying here is, maybe we completed this inventory for right now, but continue this work. This work is just the beginning. So continue the work of awareness, gratitude every day. Every day, every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is I think, and I say sometimes out loud, thank you. Thank you, God. Thank you, higher power, for this life, for the air that I breathe, for my body, for my health, for the opportunity that I am here on planet Earth. It's another day. It's a gift, right? The gift of life. It's never a guarantee. It is a gift. And so I say thank you for giving me the opportunity one more day. And start your day in gratitude. It's a really powerful practice. I love it. So with that said, order the 5-minute journal. I think, look it up on Amazon. I try to get a new one because mine, I did one, and I ran out with my pages, and they were backed up. They were sold out, but they're getting the inventory back. So if you're in Shanti Yoga Training School, that is mandatory. 5 minutes. That's nothing. Okay, the first 3 questions, like, what are you grateful for? And there's a beautiful quote to be inspired with each day in that journal. And then just some really simple things for us to think and journal about. In yoga, there's a big concept that's called svadhyaya, self-study. It's really important that those of us in this spiritual journey, mental journey, emotional journey, trying to better ourselves, becoming a better version, that we look inside, that we see what are the things that we're doing. Perspective, right? And sometimes when we write it down, put it on a paper, and then you can really see the growth. It also makes you face your fears. So I think sometimes people don't want to do it because it's a little uncomfortable. But I'm like, bring it on. Bring it on. I want to see it. I'll look at it in the eye, and then I can grow from it, hopefully. So set an intention for 2020. That is the last thing I'm going to say. It is said that when we set an intention formed by the heart and mind, we plant a seed for transformation in our lives. Everything begins with an intention. Happy New Year, you guys. However you choose to start your new year, my wish for you is that you feel fabulous. And why? Because you are. You are fabulous. There's only one of you in this planet. Only one. And as one of my teachers says, if you don't embody that, if you are not you, then you will never exist. Ooh, that's deep, right? And it's like, this is your opportunity to be you. And as Oscar Wilde says, be yourself, because everyone else is taken. I think this is a great place to end. Thank you for being you. Check out this online virtual workshop, Create and Let Go, at nataliecrowd.com/bonus or /blog. Check it out. Get it. If you feel inspired, journal everything. Go deep. If you want to sit in meditation or lay down and just kind of listen to this again and do a mental inventory, feel it, body, mind, spirit. Do the work. You can do it. I believe in you. Thank you for believing in me. If you like Life on Earth podcasts, please subscribe, rate me, give us a great review. Of course, it motivates me. It inspires me to keep doing this, to keep creating content. I hope that this uplifts you and that it adds to your life. Thank you guys so much for watching, for listening, for going online, for however it is that you're getting this information. And let me see. Oh yeah, Living Life in Light book, livinglifeinlight.com or Amazon or Barnes & Noble. My Instagram, if you want to watch me on IGTV, is @nataliecrowd. Thank you all. Happy New Year! Happy 2020! Woohoo!